Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a match between Maru and Probe from DreamHack Summer. Bottom left, it is the Australian Protoss Probe. A really fun streamer, a good representation of Australia. I'll put a link to his stream in the description. And in the top right we have Maru, one of the four horsemen. You know him. He needs no introduction. Alright, so Samwise DDA floating above this Nexus. Smiling beautifully as always. And it looks like it's just going to be a block-off Nexus. Or a block-off gateway. And a barracks coming up here for Maru. Blocking off the Reaper hop-up spot. Tale as old as time. Checking for proxies. Here is Probe, but nope, no proxies from Maru, at least not yet. Yeah, everything's fine over here. Rack's coming up. Ka-chow, chow, chow. Bum bum ba da ba dum bum 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 bum. Had a request for a Probe game from Somicron, one of my longtime loyal subscribers. So Somicron, for you, anything, we'll go ahead and toss up a Probe replay here. I know that you're a big fan of Maru too, so two birds, one stone in this match. And Probe decides what he's going to do is he's going to proxy him. So probably a Stargate if I had to guess what's going on. Now at this point, second pylon, right? You're looking for the second pylon if you're the SCV. Is there a second pylon here? There's not. Okay, something crazy is happening then. There's a proxy out there somewhere. I gotta be ready for it. There's that second pylon, but it's too late. It is too late. Oh, is it too late? Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. Marine checking for that proxy. Doesn't see it here because that's not where it is. And, okay, so maybe Probe isn't going to proxy. Maybe he was going to, but the fact that he got scouted means that, never mind. That's not what he's going to do here now. Maybe just a delayed Probe scout attempted. I don't know. I really don't. We're not making a Reaper. We're not making a Reaper because Reapers against Protoss are just kind of like, eh. There's usually going to be an Adept or a Stalker out to deal with it by the time the Reaper arrives, so whatevs. I'm not actually worried about it. And here's the proxy pylon. I like this. Hard place to scout if you're not flying, and there's nothing here that Maru has can fly at the moment. So, factory and a refinery here. Probably going to get a starport next up if I had to guess what we're going to see, and Probe playing well. He's doing fine. He's at 27 total workers on 2 bases. He does need that extra worker count to keep up with the mules that Maru is tossing down from time to time. This is going to be an orbital of the natural base too, and just help with that mule income. Marines top of the ramp in case something crazy happens here, and there's a robotics facility here from Probe. Okay, so Proxy Robo. SCV comes in for the scout, only really recognizes there's a base coming up, which is fine. Good information to get. I think that's pretty much all that you need. And on the other side, yeah, check it out, starport. So 1-1-1-ing it. Ooh, Widowmine out. Widowmine drops. Widowmine drops. Go and do the Widowmine droppy things, or just for base defense right now. Like if a Stalker shows up or an Adept shows up, a Widowmine's going to be good early base defense that way. Observer coming in, and then another gateway. So this feels like a bit of a 2-base, 4-gate style push. Probably Stalkers. Are we going to get Blink? I don't know, but this definitely feels aggressive to me. So the Stalkers are going to come in with the help of the Observer, I think. Okay, bunker top of the ramp, a little bit scary. And the Widowmines, yeah, the Widowmines are back here at the top of the ramp here. Is there a scan? Oh, yeah. All right, so the Widowmine drop, I think, just got scouted by Probe. So he saw that coming. Oh, and the Stalker's actually shutting it down a little bit. Alright, Probe holding his own here against Maru. He's not intimidated. He's doing some amazing stuff. Not going to complain about this performance at all from him. He's got an Immortal out, got the Stalkers. Trying to chase... Look at this! Chasing it down! Forcing one of the Widowmines to unload, and he's got full awareness that there's another Widowmine inside that medevac coming down this way. This is great! This is amazing from Probe. I'm very impressed by this opening from him. And he's got a... I don't have no idea what this logo is. No idea what the spinning logo is for him. So we got an Immortal, we got some Stalkers. And Widowmine does burrow in, but I mean... Oh, did take out a Stalker. A bit of an unlucky play there, unfortunately. So that stinks, but okay, this attack coming up There's one. There is a single bunker at the top of this ramp. I think we can break this wall. I know there's a siege tank at the top of the ramp in the main and a bunch of Marines, but getting through here should not be impossible. Not at all, honestly. This Widow Mine, oh, came back in. Takes down a probe, so good, you know, good control there from Probe with his probes. Alright, so bunker down. Medevac killed. Widow Mine getting focused. No! Oh, good blink out there. Good. Oh, oh, no. He almost killed his own War Prism. That would have been disastrous. Okay, natural base. Is this an evacuation scenario? This is not looking super fantastic for Maru here. Although 2 tanks on the top of the ramp with a Raven. I think maybe just forcing a liftoff on this natural base is all you really need to do. I mean, the repairs are definitely keeping it alive. Immortals getting focused shots on that tank is going to be amazing. And not able to take, there we go. Able to take it down, picks it up, saves it out. War Prism taking hits there. A lot of Stalkers died during that engagement. And what? So it just taps out. I mean, it's a little bit premature. It's a little bit premature, but at the end of the day, it is 27-16 army. Probe's got 50 workers though. He's got a 3rd base coming up. I get it. It's 16 Marines and a tank and a Raven. That's real scary. But you heard his economy. All right, so game 1 of our Sneaky Twofer is over, but we're moving into a game 2 of our Sneaky Twofer coming up next. I don't know. Probe did end up losing more resources than Maru did. Yes, he lost 13 Stalkers and an Immortal and an Observer and a Warp Prism. I guess losing the Warp Prism totally sucks, but I mean, if it's a 2-base all-in, then why is he expanding behind this? Why is he throwing up another Nexus? He's getting a Twilight Council. All right, well, feels anytime a player, his attack on the other side of the map fails and then instantly GG's, I'm always like, I don't know. I mean, yes, you probably have a better understanding of the state of the game than I do, but I just feel like if you back it out, you make some more Stalkers, make a couple more Immortals, right? Tech into charge, maybe. Good things can happen. All right, so game 2. We'll see how Probe does in game numero dos. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Game 2 of our Sneaky Twofer Best of 3 is here on 2000 Atmospheres, the ladder edition. Top right it is Probe, bottom left it is Maru. I don't know. I kind of feel like PvT is the only matchup where if an attack fails, you just GG out. But I don't know. I feel like TVZ, I don't see that as often, and PvZ as well. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I am correct about that. Anyway, hit that like button if you're excited to see what Maru can do here against Probe. Hit that like button if you're excited to see what Probe is going to do here against Maru in game numero dos. What do we got? What do we got here? Probe coming in. Oh, wait. Oh, no, we're good. They looked stacked for a minute, and I was just getting these flashbacks to old stack Probe attacks that we saw every once in a while, you know, last year. So that seems to be long gone at this point. Oh, also I totally forgot to turn these back on. So let's do that. Health bars are nice. Little Proby Probe harass. SCV comes off the line to deal with it. This probe wants to expand and should be able to before the SCV arrives to possibly block that off. And in fact, 400 minerals have arrived. Ka-chow! We have ourselves the Nexus. Probe trying to block against 2 SCVs is a tough situation to find yourself in. And Probe decides to get out of there rather than die. Maru gets the natural down. Not too late, but definitely delayed a bit. Cybernetics core coming in here too. Everything is pretty standard at this stage of the game. And once again, no Reaper here for Maru, just immediately getting that reactor up. Going for those Marines, the early Marine play is pretty good. Having those extra Marines out instead of a Reaper is really nice, especially against those early Stalker attacks. Stalker Immortal attacks, because, you know, Marines are great against both of those things. You know what's not good against those things is Reapers. Factory from Maru, pretty much doing the same thing he did in the last game. Do have an Adept coming in here from Probe. Boom, 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 boom. And an Adept moving in for the scouting purposes. Very purposeful stride with Adepts, right? She's got these big old feet. It's almost a jog. It's not quite like a Zealot jog with the speed that she's moving, but it's a... Man, it is not a walk either, is it? No, I would say it's not a walk. Adept denied at the wall, which again, Adepts are pretty much prepared for that from day one. Like, you're not getting inside the Terran base, especially if it's Maru. He's just, you know, starport. I don't know why we're hiding other than just for the sake of hiding. Because he's not doing anything crazy here at all. It's going to be Marines, it's going to be siege tanks. Maybe some Widow Mines as well. Sure, why not? And Stargate opening here from Probe. So we didn't get a Stargate in the last game, and it is an Oracle. Oh, would you look at that? And as always, you can see inside the Stargate the shape of the thing that's being built. It's kind of hard to see here, but it's small and it's kind of bulbous. So it's not a Void Ray and it's not a Carrier, obviously, and it's not a Phoenix. So definitely going to be an Oracle coming up. Also, pretty quick third from Probe. Honestly, a little bit aggressive on that expansion. I like it, though. If Maru's expecting some early aggression and he's expanding early instead, that's going to work out pretty well. Ooh, Adept gets killed. The other two Shades not really able to accomplish a whole lot, unfortunately. So Siege Tank here, Cyclone coming in, and early, really early. What the? 2 SCVs, 2 Marines, and a Siege Tank play for Maru. What is this? Kind of like it. Kind of do. Oh, is that another? Wait, he's making 2 Oracles. Well, I missed. What? I'm so confused by this. Actually kind of working amazingly well. 5 SCVs go down. The Marine Siege Tank play is honestly all of a sudden pretty terrifying. On the other side, though, Bunker coming up. Tank firing away. Oh, man. Attempt at this shield battery. That's not going to happen at all. Siege Tank back here just providing some really nice support. Oracle does try to take down the Siege Tank, but that's not going to happen. Another Oracle comes in trying to take down the Siege Tank. That's not going to happen. Is the Siege Tank gonna live? Yeah, no! The Siege Tank goes down, but one of these bunkers is gonna complete. And now there's a Cyclone here, too. Oh, Bunker's coming down. Oh, boy. What an absolutely sick opening from Maru. Alright, alright. So, it's not panic time yet. Maybe not from Probe. He still has the Stalkers. Getting some shots off on that Cyclone is incredibly important. Killing the SCV, also very nice. Okay, whittling down the Marine count, also not bad. You don't want to be in range of the bunker while you're whittling down the Marine count, which that is the problem here as the Stalker goes down. Probe body flying up to heaven there. And, yeah, that Warp Gate probably going to die. Trying to burn down this pylon, too. Not able to get it, actually. It's a decent hold. The Warp Gate goes down. And now the pylon is dead, and that is a depowered Warp Gate. Replacement pylon is coming up now, but it's going to be a minute. And yeah, this is just one of those snowball situations where Maru just has enough stuff. He's got more and more stuff cruising across the map all the time. It's a Siege Tank, it's a couple more Marines, it's a couple more Marines, and just the bunker alone is so hard for these Stalkers to deal with in these numbers. I mean, just standing in here. That Cyclone has 5 total kills. Did that Cyclone just die? It did not. Again, just you're trying to bait the Stalkers to come into range of this bunker, and that's it, man. Maru gets the win in 2 pretty straight up games there against Probe. That was brutality, to be sure. Poor Probe. He went for the quick third base, assuming that Maru would hold back a little bit. No, Maru did not. He came over here with 2 SCVs to build 2 bunkers, a couple Marines, and a siege tank. The siege tank got a bunch of kills. It did get removed eventually, but not after doing a ton of damage. And yeah, brutal stuff there at the end of the day. Bunkers, forward bunkers with Marines, pretty good. Cyclone, amazing unit as well. And the siege tank arriving was just the cherry on top of the cake there. The Oracles did some work on the other side, killing a few SCVs. That was nice, but getting that third base up, instead of having more stuff back home to defend against this kind of a thing, was really Probe's undoing, unfortunately. That's sometimes how StarCraft works. So, whew, that was a rough watch for the Protoss fans out there, but I assume if you clicked on this, you have a general concept of what was going to happen. Yes? Yes, I think you did. So, good job by Probe. Good effort. He did some really good stuff here. For sure. But it just wasn't enough, and that's entirely fair. It is. I think honestly, most Protoss coming up against Maru are just going to have a really tough time. So, anyway, that right there is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard from me today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.